In this video, I'll be sharing the worst money mistakes I've made in my 20s. I've made more, but these ones actually stand out. And also I think you guys can learn a thing or two from these mistakes. This year, I'll be crossing my mid-20s, so I've definitely not made all of the mistakes yet. I might even be making some right now that I'll look over in the next 4 or 5 years. And I actually hope I'm better off when I do. Anyway, if you're new to the channel, thank you for watching. And if you're returning, thank you. Welcome back to another Finance Friday video. Make sure you hit that like button so more people can also potentially learn from the mistakes I'm about to share and, learn from my little experiences. Without further ado, let's get to the video. The first mistake I've made is investing a lot of money in a business venture and making only about $22 from it. I think this is the biggest mistake I've made because it cost me, a ton of money and time that I can't get back. I started a business that I thought could generate a considerable amount of money and I built a team around it. I really believed and, weirdly, I still do believe in the value I could deliver with this company because I was bringing something new to the industry. This mistake cost me over $10,000. Yes, I invested over $10,000 in a business, and to be honest, I don't regret it. I know I could have done some things a bit better, and I know I could have spent lesser, but as someone who was good at so many things myself, I like designing, I like marketing, I really wanted to create something unique, but I later realized that I didn't do proper marketing research, and I could have also talked to my mentors better. I could have done some user testing with less premium materials or even lesser quality materials, but I chose to go all in. And sometimes going all in works out great. Sometimes it just doesn't work out great. The team I worked with were super professional. They were great, in fact, and I would work with them again and again. I remember when I started out as a designer, I had saved up over like $5,000 and I took all of that money and I went into buying my first camera. I bought this guy, the T6i. I bought a lens, I bought tripods, I bought lighting, I bought the whole deal. That's money I could have invested into something else. I could have invested it and maybe done something else with it. But I really believe that YouTube could work out, and I guess YouTube worked out. It's working out. I've been making YouTube videos for over 4 years now, and it's been a very, very interesting and thankfully rewarding path. Also, thank you so much for watching this video. A thumbs up would help me recover the lost $10,000. A thumbs up to the channel would actually really be appreciated. It helps this video get discovered and it also helps the channel out as well. My new venture, however, did not do so much, but I learned a whole lot from the experience, and I took this blow to the chin quite well. I figured out that, hey, in this life we would definitely make mistakes. We would also learn from these mistakes, and I learned so much from this venture, and I definitely do it again. Even if I get the opportunity, I definitely do it, and I do it better. I believe so. Yeah. The second money mistake I made was definitely not investing in the money and capital market early enough. Things like buying stocks, high interest deposits, cryptocurrency, and all of that. Sometimes I think I'm also still late in the game, but I'm also learning a lot. I remember in 2017, I also made a video about Bitcoin. I remember clearly I had a client who wanted to pay me in Bitcoin and was really convincing me to at least try it out and even maybe store some of it. Of course, I didn't see the future. Back then, Bitcoin was about $750 for one Bitcoin. I made a video about Bitcoin and I didn't take action. Even years later, I still didn't take action, but I later had some inflow of Bitcoin. I remember looking at my statements and I was seeing I was withdrawing 0.2 Bitcoin, 0.3 Bitcoin. If I had known, if only I had known. But hey, Bitcoin is a very, very risky asset. It also drops sharply as it rises sharply. I did use Bitcoin as a means of exchange, but as I really think about it, if anyone wants to use Bitcoin, especially speculatively, it's best to risk what you can afford to lose. For me, I didn't see a need to keep a lot of money in Bitcoin. I couldn't really afford to lose so much, so I still consider it a mistake because I wish I started out earlier. But I do have some Bitcoin. The third mistake is a very common mistake: budgeting. Have you ever been in a situation where it's the end of the month and you get your account statement, or you just look at your bank account? You've made some money, quite all right, but you don't know exactly where all that money went at the end of the month. Or maybe you're already planning to spend some money. You haven't even received this money, but you're already expecting it and you've already planned, I'm going to spend this money on this and that. Well, you're not alone. This was me for many years. I remember there was a time when my dad, who is very great at budgeting, is a very great budget conscious person, he asked me to take a booklet and write everything I spend money on every week. I thought this was absurd and I disobeyed. Sorry, Dad. I think I did it for maybe 1 week and I didn't even bother doing it again. I thought he didn't like me, or he was going to cut my allowance short at the time. If only I knew better. I remember there was a time when I was fed up and, I just decided that I'm going to start budgeting. Actually, I didn't say I was going to start budgeting. I said I'm going to write down everything I spend my money on in a month and I'll see exactly where my money was going. And boy, was I shocked. I knew I was spending so much money on airtime, but I didn't know I was spending that much money on airtime. I didn't want to buy a modem at the time. I was using my phone's hotspot thinking I was saving money, but I was only lying to myself and I was wasting a lot of money. I've had bad experiences with modems in the past, which sort of made me stay away. But I ended up getting MTN's HiNet Flex, and I think I've been using a 160 gig plan, which cost like a quarter of what I was spending on internet before. Then. So budget, guys, see where your money is going and think of it like a pipe that's leaking, and figuring out that spot to block before it becomes too late and your entire tank runs dry because of a leaking pipe. In this case, the tank is your bank account. It's really hard to budget and track your expenses, but you can start somewhere. I started by looking at my account statement at the end of the month and figuring out what each purchase meant. I put it in different categories, and it will take some time, and it's meant to take some time. Put that time into making a better financial decision for yourself, and I'm actually sure you'll be rewarded for it after you've plugged all those leakages in your income stream. And if you want to do this, there are many free templates, free Excel templates that you can actually start with. This fourth mistake is not really a mistake. I'd consider it more or less a circumstantial situation because of where we are from, Nigeria. So last year was one of my most financial awakening years. I tried to work as hard as I could and I saved over 70% of what I earned, all in a bid to test out an experiment. I locked the money and I didn't touch anything. I also did a bit of investing here and there. I'll provide a link in the description to a video to see the apps I used. Much of that was also saved in Naira, and as a result of saving in Naira, I lost around $5,000 relative to the dollar. No, my money wasn't stolen. It wasn't any bad business investment that I did. It was just Naira. The currency was just losing value. And if you want to see a video of me breaking down exactly why the Naira loses value and what it all means, check out my previous Finance Friday video with the link in the description. I explained everything about inflation, currency devaluation, all the things you need to know about the Naira and the best possible solutions for you. Early last year, you could get dollars at 390 or just over 400 Naira. At the end of the year, it was already reaching 460 Naira, a massive loss. One way to hedge against this is by saving in dollar. And although it seems like it's not the best thing for an economy because it's not good to have too much dollarization in an economy. But with the situation of things in the country, it's kind of a no-brainer at this point, or else people are just going to keep losing money relative to the dollar. The last mistake for me was more of procrastination rather than an actual mistake. If you watch the first finance-related video I put out this year, I mentioned the book that I read that changed things for me. And this book was The Millionaire Next Door. You can get it for free with the Audible link in the description. So just sign up with my link and check out the book. You'll also be supporting the channel as well. I've had the opportunity to experience this book and almost 30 other books and some other personal finance books that I could have read, but I kind of procrastinated and I didn't start reading until things started getting bad for me financially. They usually say a stitch in time saves 9, and it's a cliche because it's true. Things were kind of starting to get bad until I realized that, I had almost nothing in savings. It really took me reading the book to take budgeting, saving, and investing seriously. And I'd say things actually changed for the better for me. I still feel like I need more knowledge, and I don't know everything, and I can always learn. If there's anything I ask you guys to take away, is that you should actually read as many books as you possibly can find on any subject or on the subject of personal finance. You never know what method or what proper arrangement of words could change things for you. Also, this would apply to every aspect of your life, and it should. If you see that you don't know something or you're stuck at a certain point at work, read about it, study about it, study something a little bit more in depth that relates to you so that you become slightly wiser. There's something I always say, and it's that once you feel like you know everything, you actually begin to decline once you feel like you know it all. So yeah, learning really helps. And another book that I'll also recommend that helps me a lot is Mastery by Robert Greene. You can check out all these books with the link in the description on Audible. And I'd like to know which mistake of mine resonates with you. Let me know in the comment section below. What was also your own money mistake? If you don't mind sharing that, you can also comment it. Let's chat in the comment section below. And do hit that like button if you found this video useful, and consider hitting the subscribe button with the bell icon beside it so you'll be notified when I post a new video. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys, and I'll see you in the very next video.